All right, guys, so for Thursday today, we are talking a little bit about some tendinitis stuff, tendinosis stuff. This is kind of a small cheat sheet right here, and we're going to talk about this a little bit. This will help you when coaching athletes, when athletes ask you, why does this hurt, what can I do, things like that. You can give them some quick answers. So first off, you can see the top, it says itis equals inflammation. You can see down right there, osis equals degeneration. And then you can see over here, these are, I know poorly drawn, but muscles, okay? And at the tops, tendons. So if you did not know, tendons are the ends of the muscles that connect the muscles to bones. So for the most part, muscles will expand, okay? You can stretch muscles, things like that, but you cannot stretch tendons. Tendons are not stretchy, okay? If you stretch a tendon, you have strained a tendon. You do not want to do that. But you can see here, a healthy tendon, the fibers go parallel, straight up and down. Then you can see a degenerative tendon. It just kind of goes wacky. It goes up and down, side to side, diagonal, things like that, okay? So healthy, not healthy. Then we'll go over here. You'll see with inflammation, you want to rest anywhere from 2 to 14 days. And for the most part, like, this means rest. I know as CrossFitters, we hate that word, but that's how you want to get this better, okay? 2 to 14 days off, depending on how severe it is. And you can kind of gauge it off of how much it hurts. If it's like a 8 to a 10, you should probably take more days off. If it's a 4 to a 5 on the pain scale, take 2 days off. Inflammation is a good thing in this circumstance. They have found through different studies that, let's say if you take ibuprofen to get rid of some inflammation, that actually increases more degeneration of the tendon. Inflammation is there to tell you, stop what you're doing, rest, let this get better. So keep the inflammation, okay? It gets worse with exercise. So let's say you say, okay, my shoulder hurts, and then you warm them up and you're like, wow, this hurts even more. Or at the end of a workout, they're like, this hurts even more. That's kind of a sign of that itis, that tendinitis. So just say, hey, take 2 days off, see how it feels when you get back. It is acute, meaning it lasts short term, goes back to that 2 to 14 days. It does not last much longer than 2 weeks. Okay, and then this is more rare than you would think. More and more people are just saying, okay, you have patellar tendinitis, quadricep tendinitis, shoulder tendinitis, you have tendinitis of the elbow, things like that. May be true, but it is more rare than people say it is. Then we have osis. It would be called a tendinosis. This is a degeneration of the tendon. Rest does not help. So let's say you've rested anywhere between the 2 and 14 days. You come back and it's still bothering you. For the most part, it could be something more than a tendon problem as well. I mean, you could have torn something, things like that. But if you don't think it is and you've gotten checked out, an osis would be the degeneration where rest does not help. So what you do is you take more time under tension. So let's say a normal rep scheme in CrossFit would kind of just be doing the rep. Let's say a shoulder press takes you a second to do one shoulder press. You would increase that time that you were under that tension, under that load. So let's say instead of taking 1 second, you were taking 10 seconds to go down on the eccentric portion. So the lowering portion of this. And then it takes 2 seconds to get back up. That is a 12-second time under tension. The longer you are under tension, the better the degenerated tendon will get. It will start looking more like a normal tendon, okay? So more time under tension equals better tendon health. That's why a lot of times you've heard kind of people speculate at the regionals this year. That's why people said there was a lot of pec tears. People just don't spend enough time under their tension. Tendons are messed up. Boom, there it goes, torn. So it improves as you warm up. So if someone says, hey, my knee hurts, and then you say, okay, well, let's try warming up, see if it gets better. If it does get better, they probably have this osis, okay? So then you know, oh, okay, so instead of today's back squats being just like normal back squats, you are taking a 4-second down tempo. Okay? Like it says here, this is common in CrossFit because we've kind of dug ourselves our own graves with the thought of high intensity all the time. People kind of equate that with just speed the whole entire time. And if you have only speed the whole time and no tempo, no timeline or tension, yeah, of course, it's going to lead to degeneration. Okay, so this is a very, very skim the surface cheat sheet that you guys can do with your athletes, people in your classes, things like that. But for the most part, you can always go online, read more about it, read some of the studies, because more and more studies are starting to come out showing that this increased time under tension makes a world of a difference. Okay, I hope this helps.